Hello, guys. Paul here from PABrewNews. Not exactly sure how good the stream's going to be. Um, I did just check the internet with my internet provider and stuff like that, and it is what it is. Apparently, all of a sudden, my internet now is what it is. I get three Gs or whatever. Pay for 10, but you only get three because you're on a 10 line. But the farther away from the thing, apparently, the less you get, which I guess makes sense. Um, so that's how that works. So the internet is the internet. There it is. But we are live, and we have this beer right here. This beer, right? There you go. A bit fuzzy, but viewable. Something with these live streams too, I noticed is sometimes it'll be fuzzy a bit and then it'll clear up. And then, you know what I mean? That kind of thing. It'll be clearer later. Hello. Yeah, good, good, excellent. As I said too, like, so for some reason, like it'll be blurry at first and then it'll come through a little bit later clearer. So we'll see. But I picked this case of beer up, and honestly, I don't even think I got charged for it. I couldn't even see what it said on the label. It was so sun washed and water stained and all this kind of crazy stuff. But that's, I'm an adventurous little bastard when it comes to beer, and I have a case of this now. It's a bomber case, so it's only 12 instead of 24, obviously. But Brewers Association presents the Great American Beer Festival 25th year beer. Right here, that's what it says. And it says celebrating the flavor and diversity of American beer. Now, here the 3G depends on the weather. Oh yeah. And sounds like PA Fresh. It is PA Fresh because, good sir, this the first Great American Beer Festival was in 1982. 1982. Basically behind the stairwell door. Any further away, and it disconnects. Well, yeah, pretty much. It's actually right on the other side of that door here, the router. So this is pretty much as close as I've probably ever been to the router. Yeah, doing a beer review. So the first one was in 1982. So if my math is close, cheers, Sam. If my math is close, this beer is from 2007 or 8 in that area. So if the first one was in 2000 or 1982, 25 years later should be about 2007, 2007, 2008. So this beer is pretty damn old. 14 years, 14 to 15 years old. So ting ting, PA Fresh baby, ting ting ting. So there it is. I'll tell you what, this is pretty interesting too. This is like a time capsule of a beer. In the modern world, in the world that we live in, or we grew up in anyway. So more so drinking beer and experiencing beer and stuff like that, because this really shows you. And I don't usually read beers previously, but this one it might not even be drinkable, but we'll find out. Okay, here it is. With a rich golden hue, this brew has plenty of British pale malt for a high original gravity. This ale is assertively hopped in the kettle for a smooth, balanced flavor with more than a dash of Zaz hops, dry hopped in the fermenter, leading to a unique floral aroma. Okay, backwoods. This would not be the beer they would ever brew for a Great American Beer anything anymore. This really shows you how dated this beer is and how much the brewing world in general has changed since the mid 2000s. It's just amazing. Um, just a dash of Zaz, just more than a dash of Zaz hops. No one would they even use Zaz at all, at all. If we're gonna do why are they making? Are they making? Wouldn't they? I don't know. It's so crazy because I'm listening to this. A lot of pale British malts and a dash of Zaz. You know what I mean? Like this is like a throwback from Fuller's right now or something like that. I'm just waiting for them to say East Kent Goldings. But for the Great American Beer Festival, you're using British malts and German hops or Czech hops, depending on if it's Czech Zaz or German Zaz. So that's funny, you know. And I don't know. Today, I could just see it saying, burst of American, pale this with 2 row and some Carafa and some Belgian this and this, and then throw in a bunch of Talus and Galaxy and Simcoe and Citra and all this stuff. So it just, and it wouldn't say, a golden rich. It would be softly hazed with a tangerine glow of bullshit. It's just amazing how much things have changed. I've had Saz recently in a lager. Of course, it's great in a lager. I want to get a hold of some OG stuff from breweries like Founders, Sierra Nevada, etc. Now, I'll tell you what. This is brewed by Boulder Beer Company, Boulder Beer, which I don't even think Boulder's around anymore. I mean, it's if they are, I'm trying to think if Boulder's around anymore. Boulder. What the fuck does Boulder make? Oh, there's a fucking bus or something over there. Boulder. Breckenridge makes that vanilla porter that's fucking boring as shit. But Boulder used to make like Killer Penguin and Avalanche Ale and Never Summer Ale, and they were really good. They were really good back in the day. But I haven't seen anything from Boulder in millennia. I haven't even lived that long. That shows you how long it's been since I've seen anything from Boulder. So the Great American Beer Festival, 25th year beer, limited edition, no joke. Single batch brew. Okay, that's awesome. So down here, let's continue reading. One of the original 22 breweries at the first Great American Beer Festival. We've been back every year and are thrilled to raise a glass in celebration of the flavor and diversity of American craft beer. Kind of funny. No wonder you've been back. They have it in like Colorado, Denver, Colorado every year. So it's like right next door to you. So why wouldn't you be back? You know what I mean? It's not like you had to travel far. I reckon they were in a doco I just watched. Absolutely, probably were. So there you go. And David M. I cannot say that. Zuckerman. It looks like his thing. But Boulder Beer, man. Boulder, Colorado. BoulderBeer.com and BeerTown.org. Great American Beer Festival and design is a service mark of American Brewers Association. Brewers Association, Inc. So, I mean, I just gave you almost all the fucking details. You almost got all of them for free. Okay, the only thing I didn't get, Adam's going to help me on this one. I know he is. There's a good chance anyway. I didn't get an ABV. Boulder, Colorado, this and this. So no ABV. That's the only thing on this one that I don't have as far as that. No ABV for the American Beer Festival 25th year beer. So no ABV. Founder has a weird Amazon distribution link here. Ooh, crazy. 2020, a sleeping giant got out of Denver, Colorado, took over the rights of Boulder Beer and was original owners of Brewmaster still being involved in decisions going forward, baby. What year is it? It's 2007, I do believe. Whenever I've seen them, they've been reasonably priced, unlike most U.S. craft brewers. Man, that's true. Okay, let's see what happens when we open it. Oh, I just got pregnant. That's weird. Never had that with a beer before. It's properly aged. It's legal to fuck. All right, let's do this. Backwards in the camera. Label out, folks. On the Point Brewing, rather, from Mars, Evans City, Pennsylvania. Oh, got a lot of Google. Oh, got a lot of Goobles. Boy, look at that. There's oh, you can't see it because it's too dark, but there is a turd floating in that punch bowl. I'll tell you that. And that was usually they don't usually come into the glass until later. But this one, I know you can't see it, but it's goddamn in there. All right, chunky. Someone put coffee in my monkey. So, okay, let's hi, hey Thomas. So let's get a nose on this one, okay? Floaters for sure. Interesting. A little cardboardy. I mean, as to be expected, cardboardy. A little bit of floral tonality still kind of wafting through here. You get a little bit of a soft muted caramel. There's a touch of confectionery sugar sweetness wafted through here. Technically, it's an ESB. The ABV is apparently variable. It is variable. It's an Autobot of a beer. So it's on a potentiometer. Interesting. That is a big chunk of shit right there. Tell you what, woo, daddy. All right, let's try it. We're gonna only get a little bit of it, so it's a bit thin. See, some things never change. There's a sharp lemon vibe in the back, like kind of wafting around like a sour lemon, sour tart kind of a vibe, kind of hitting me. So there's something going on that was a little. Oh no chug, no no chug. Um, there's a little something wafting around the back of the palate that has a little bit of a sour twinge lemon tonality. Watery, little cardboardy touch of that. A little earthiness, still wafting around the back of the palate. It's not offensive. I don't find this beer to be offensive at all, except for the floaties. It's not an offensive beer. Definitely not getting anything bad about it, but it has the nose, a slight nose of something that's like almost like a softly soured beer, which makes sense because I'm getting a little bit of rind of that kind of tart lemon vibe. Yeah, it's not really. There's no sweetness anymore. It's all attenuated into the beer. Soft brightness, soft tonality of brightness, a little bit of cardboardy, a little stale, a little oxidized, a little bit of a lemon quality, stuff like that. Nothing too crazy. Nothing that I haven't technically had in a beer like this before. Now all of a sudden the chunks are, yep, running at me. Maybe I was just a little bit too aggressive, but where'd that big old dude go? Not the worst thing. Oh, there he is. He's still in there. Fucking Plymouth Rock is in the bottom of this bitch. Mm. Watery and thin. Terms you never want to hear when someone is discussing a beer. That's kind of funny. It's in every single one of my beer reviews. Um, let's see. Mm. Hmm. It's not as actually dark here. I'm on the other side of the sun. That's north. That's west. That's east. That's south. So all the sun's over this way. I can see it on the fucking or the doodly doo over there. Let's see. Doesn't burp bad either. It's kind of semi enjoyable in a horrible way. All the cats are running up on the porch going, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Go away." And there's a duck. Hi, duck. Um, Interesting beer. And obviously, this isn't kind of like, oh, here's an in-depth beer review on this amazing piece of art history that you should get from brewing the world. Oh, no, it's going to be a fucking train wreck in a glass. And it is. And that's why it's on PA Brew News channel, because I am a train wreck beer reviewer. But you can't look away from train wrecks, and that's why I get some views. Hmm. Tell you what, it's not bad. It isn't bad. Yeah, each bottle was different between 6.8, 7.2. I bet this one's probably sitting about 7.5 right now because of all the sweetness being attenuated out, and that's one of the reasons why it is a little bit lower on the scale. So that's fine. Oh, rush hour. There we go. There it is. Okay. Ooh. Hmm. Yeah, it's there's a little I can't unfortunately I can't see the whole screen for some reason. I don't know why. But there's forest everywhere. I mean, I just live in a patch of forest, but there's a road that goes through the front of the house that goes to more humans later down the road. So that's what it is. There's a mountain above me, forest over that way, a creek over there, and there's that little. And my house is near this little road that kind of goes there. So, but then I put oil on the fucking thing this year, so it kind of cuts down all the dust and shit. It's a dirt road, so now we can sit on the porch and not get dust clouded every 5 seconds. How do you feel about sour stouts? Well, if there's a sour stout, you didn't brew it right. And most people fuck up stouts, make them sour by accident, then claim they did it on purpose and charge too much for it. So that's what I think about sour stouts. Um, what was that brew? There was a sour stout that came out a while ago. Um, fuck. I remember was drinking one while he was taking his kids trick or treating the one year. God damn it, because I had the same beer and I'm trying to remember what the hell it was. But it was a sour stout, and I'm trying to remember who made it. It's interesting. The sour component is always an interesting component. Yeah, exactly. I'm cooking in there. I think I'm burning something. So I'm probably going to end this stream here pretty soon. Or just, you know what? You guys are tough. I'm just going to go check it out. I'll bring out another beer. Okay, I'm back. All right. I really burnt the shit out of those onions. Woo-hoo, okay. Kids will probably be really pissed because they're sleeping in the living room. Ooh. Daddy daycare when you're trying to multitask is a bitch. Okay. Um, the fridge apparently has tart notes. Well, yeah, there's probably that. I always think it's a little bit of that yeast kind of just getting a little funky by accident, if you know what I mean. Uh, I don't mind when like you're having like a big Russian Imperial Stout and there is a soft note of like a soft like tart dark cherry and stuff like that, or a little soy saucy and things like that. But like a full on sour stout, if you made it on purpose, you just ruin a nice stout. If you made it on accident and marketed it as a sour stout because you didn't want to pour it out, then you're a douchebag. Okay, aka top was it Dark Horse doing that King of the Woods where they made Plead the Fifth by accident sour and then charged a shit ton of money for it. But you were bought one, so it's kind of funny to make fun of. I have another beer. This is old as fuck too. You'll know about this one. Bateman's Rosy Nosy Holiday Ale, right there. So that's another one. This isn't offensive overall. It's just boring. The only thing that was offensive about it is the floaties. And then honestly, if you just put that through like a little cleanable uh, filter or whatever, you know what I mean, it'll probably cut out with most of those. Um, not seen it in years. Yeah, this is if this is where if I'm buying this stuff, like remember, Ninja threw it out. If I'm buying, I have a whole case of this, by the way, so I get it. I have a whole case of this stuff. I bought a case of this too, by the way. If I'm buying this beer, if you would have saw how old the Bateman's box was, like because I just got their triple XB not too long ago, and I think you guys remember that. At least you do, Adam. I bought that triple XB from Bateman's, and that was nice, but that was old as shit too. You can really tell. This is going to be no different. Um, pretty much all their English stuff. The newest English stuff they have there is like 06, 07, 08. So this is probably going to be absolutely no exception. The newest thing I saw from I can't actually let me take that back. Do you have much of a cellar collection? No, not right now. It varies. Sometimes I'll have a couple cases, and sometimes I'll have only a case, and sometimes I'll have nothing. It depends on how much depends on how fruitful my financial situation is. Because a lot of times when things get a little harder, I hit the cellar quite a lot instead of buying beers, that kind of thing. So it's one of those give and takes. I don't have a lot of cellar. A lot of the stuff I have in the cellar is like, for instance, those George Gales. I have a lot of George Gale stuff from 2006 sitting around. I have a lot of old uh, um, uh, lagers and stuff from Germany that I find cases of cheap. For instance, I just got 2 more cases of Bateman's and this one cheap. Throw in the dungeon. If I really get hard up for a beer, I can drink one of those. I used to have like a little bit of a cellar of like proper stuff, like KBSs and things like that, but they got kind of weaned down over the years. So this is a beautiful little kind of ruby chestnut color. I can see it through the light, but you can't see it. But it's a nice little thing. Now, once I could smell the onions out here, I knew something was going on, so I wanted to make sure. Mm. Yeah, sometimes I mean it ebbs and flows, just like the ocean. A beer cellar to a certain extent ebbs and flows. Now there are other people who literally have epic, amazing beers sitting in boxes and catalog like DJ and stuff like that, and I can't do that. One of the things that helped me was I don't keep beers here. I take them over to my parents' house and put them in their dungeon. I used to keep them down here, but honestly, you just drink them too goddamn fast. It's the only way I can really have a beer age properly is throwing it over there and only grabbing it as, on a holiday or things like that. It definitely helps when you're this is a nice little beer. God damn it. Mm. It's nice little plum tonality to it. Earthiness, a little sweet. Kind of like a little earthy, copper coin, oxidized a little bit. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. You have a brown bread. You have a little bit of a kind of like burnt brown sugars. You have plum tonalities coming wafting through here. A little bit of something that reminds me of a soft note of clove, but very subtle. Ooh, nice little beer. Oh, God. Okay, good. My oldest beer at the moment is a 2007 Orval. I just bought 6 when I saw them 5 years ago. Okay. Right there, I have one. Oh boy, I was gonna say I know exactly what the brewery, but I can't. But there's a Belgian Quad or a Belgian Golden Ale from 2011. I have to review still too. I just picked up too. Now it's weird. Sometimes like I'll buy cases of old ass shit, and I'll get a super good deal. But sometimes I go over there and there's 4 packs of Belgian Tripels out from 2006, 2011 out in a 4 pack, and they want $16.99 for the 4 pack. It's a very interesting place. I get a deal on almost everything I buy to a certain extent, and I have no idea why. But I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth, as they say, and I will not question the good gods of brew. So there you go. Other than that, things are going great. This beer right here, okay? Like, to be perfectly honest, it's one of those ones. It's in the middle. It's probably a 4 out of 10. I wouldn't go say I would drink this and try to struggle through it more than a lot of macro bullshit. But it's seen its better days. I when I because I didn't even know what it was. You have to understand. I didn't know what it was. I bought it. I said, "Give me this." Boom. And I got home and I opened it up and go, "Oh my god, Great American Beer Fest. This is gonna be shit." Like, because I don't know, something about the glory holeness of traditional European beers, British and European beers. They age way better than American shit to a certain degree. Traditional styles, I mean, the traditional styles. They don't hide their ABV as well, but like the traps and the triples and the Belgian, the quads and this, and the old ales, the wee heavies and all this stuff, they just age better than an American triple IPA or American this or whatever the fuck that beer was supposed to be, ESB, with the Zaz hops. I don't know what they did, but I've had a lot of ESBs and I've never seen one with that amount of sedimentation in it before. So I don't know what they did. That's pretty crazy. Obviously unfiltered. But even in 2007, when this beer was made, unfiltered wasn't the big hoo-ha. It was filtered beers. It's this and this and this and this and this. And it wasn't real ale. Like real ale, and again, Adam knows we've talked about this before. Real ale, all that traditional shit is usually real ale, and bottle condition and stuff, and it just ages better. Um, so I was a little like, oh, good God, what is this going to be when I looked at it? And you know what? We all get worse with age. Well, most of you probably don't, but I age like milk, so I've been getting worse and worse and worse. So I can't give it too much shit. I think it's still drinkable. Again, you just got to cut down on the chunks, but the it just makes me giggle because there's a chance that nobody is going to run into a case of this. I don't even know how I did. So, I mean, if you could only imagine, I mean, what I should do is I should probably try to see. They're probably on eBay right now. You probably buy a bottle of this on eBay. I mean, you buy anything on eBay, but I wonder if you could sell this shit on eBay and see how much you can get for a bottle, like $3 or something like that, a buck. $3 a bottle. Probably now any more shipping. You probably pay more in shipping giving the beer away than you would buying a bottle of it. That's fucked. Maybe I should contact David M. Zuckerman and see what he's. When you buy this shit back from me, it's garbage. Where's my goddamn guarantee of quality, you bastards? Okay, I have a lot of 2019 vintages at the moment. I did a big pay jump. Oh, good for you. And paid off my holiday, so we went a bit. Okay, a bit made. I know you meant mad, and you know what? I did the same thing a long time ago. I bought like $1,000 worth of beer one time from. I paid off a lot of shit. Did this, and I went to craftshack.com. Craftshack.com, check them out. And I bought like $1,000 worth of beer. They even called me to like confirm that it wasn't a fake thing. No, it's real. And here. But this one right here, look at this. Look at this beer. That beer right there. That one. Very nice. Honestly, I can't even. That's probably is it. Ooh, baby. It is like a pitch black hole in there because the sedimentation, the yeast cake is so firm and nice. Oh, I like it. Nice. Mm. A fave local brewery did here a smoked Hellas 6 months ago. Oh yeah, baby. And I've seen a few cans still on the shelves. How do you guys reckon something about? Oh, dude, you get it. Absolutely. Yeah, malt forward. It'll be fine. This was fine. This was fine, baby, all day long. This is a beautiful beer. I like the clove notes. I like the fact that there's still plumminess and little brown bread. Nice. I like the copper coin stuff. You know, I like to eat dirt, so I like fuggles. But like this is just so traditional but nice. I mean, this is, dude, if they have another one of these, I'm gonna go get it. By the way, that Yurthal, if you haven't, some of you probably watched it. Pop some of those Yurthal reviews up that I got up there too. And even though they're old as fuck and the brewery's no longer around anymore, that mixed case was really enjoyable. They have one more up there. I'll probably go grab. Oh yeah, it's good times. Mm. This is a proper beer. This rose, the American, the 25th whatever year beer, that was a bit shit, but in the most nostalgic and quaint ways possible. But this is actually really fucking good. Mm. Ooh, Morehouse's barley wine. That's nice. Ooh, shit. What did that come in on? Like 8.5, 9, 2009. Oh, is that the last time Morehouse did a barley wine? I would actually like to get some more. It was kind of funny because we were so close to it, but Buxton's. I always liked Buxton's. I always thought they were really good. They had always made some really like high quality beer, baby. Tally Ho is really good too. Mm. Yeah, 2019. 9%. Okay, 9%. Yeah, in that category, right into that session strength area. That's good. It's nice. I actually just brewed a stout, and I just brewed an imperial stout and a wild wine made from wild grapes we collected in the area. So big on that one. And right now in the cans, in the jars, we have it's all right. The lady's here. She got some goodies for us and some booze. And the booze is good. So right now everything's going pretty good. We made a mead with some harvested wine berries that we picked from the local area. So that's super awesome. It's a little sweet as fuck right now, so it needs to carb up in the jars. But other than that, things go. The brew room is active. It's an apothecary and brew room, so all the goodies are happening in that one right now. Yes, there should be. I love smoked malts. Smoked malts are all day long for sure. Actually, I have a smoker. I haven't set it up yet. It's an electric smoker. Things just got. I took it to my dad's house. I thought he would use it, because he trout fishing and stuff like that. But he never even set it up either. So I need to get this thing active and working because cheese, fish, deer, humans, hookers, and malts. You can smoke them all because you can get beechwood. You can smoke them, and good times. Toast them up, smoke them up, and then throw them into the brews because we're doing brews hardcore now. It is on. It's on like Donkey Kong, as Dave says. So that's good times. But this Rosy Nosy is proper good. I really like it. Let's see if we can find an ABV to you. Probably something like 4. Something crazy like 5. 5% alcohol by volume. It does not have the flavors of a 5% alcohol by volume beer. It is bursting with flavors. Fark yeah, baby. Smoky, smoky, smoky. A full body copper colored beer with Maris Otter pale crystal malts, wheat malts, and English golden hops. Golden hops. Goldings. English golding hops. I thought it was Goldings. Golding hops. All right. The aroma is rich with a sultana, and raisin fruitness. Intensely bittered hops and rich malt provide a long finish dominated by vine fruits. Fruits from the vine. Vine fruits. So there you go. Accompaniment to poultry dishes. Well, I'm just all out of cock right now. There you go. So this would go good with a Christmas goose and a plum pudding. There you go. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's see. Correction, it was described as a strong, mild, 7% Black Cat Reserved, it was called. Oh, yeah, I had that Black Cat mild for a long time. It was really, really good. East Kent. Oh, that's right. Morehouse is Black Cat. So they consider that a barley wine now? That's crazy. East Kent Goldings, but probably a mix of Goldings from Craig's Chimney, baby. Oh, that's right. All the golden, baby. I can't remember who was saying it, but there's who was it that was saying? Jake O'Beer was saying that there's a fucking hop plant bush thing near this kid's like playground thing. So I was just like, well, why don't you go over there and harvest said hops and make a beer? Why don't you do that? Or harvest them all, vacuum seal them, and send them to somebody else who'll make a damn beer. If there's a hop bush growing, a hop vine, you must harvest and you must brew. I'm actually going to go full hops here soon. I have some pelletized hops that I'm kind of using up in some of these brews, but I want to go full hop because full leaf hop, full cone hop vine. Terminology. I can't do it. But it's going to make a clearer beer too because then you don't have to worry about all that sedimentation from the pelletized hops and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, exactly, Jacob baby. Forward the shit out of that bush. That's what I'm saying. It's reserved because it's an aged mild. Nobody bought it last year, so now it's aged. What was that? The Muskoka, I think it was, that had winter beard, and nobody bought any of it. So they put it in a bomber the next day, or like a 750, and charged like 6 times more for it. And then people bought it for some reason because they're stupid in the face. It's the same beer you didn't want that year, but 750 age, you'll buy more of it for an exuberant amount of money because that's what people do. But 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 there's a loads of hops where my brother gets clay pigeon shooting. Oh, that's cool. Not sure safe to collect because you're gonna get shot like a clay pigeon, or because they might be hop poisonous. It's the best beer you'll ever drink because it'll be their last. You know, that kind of thing. Uh, yeah. Well, I mean, they don't shoot all the time. I mean, you have to go just an area a day or this or that where the club's not shooting. Then you can go harvest some for sure. Uh you might. I don't know. I don't really know how easy hops are to identify. I do know that certain brands have certain leaf patterns. So like a Willamette has different leaf, I think, than a like a Simcoe and those kind of things. But the bines are the bines grow up and the flowers still the buds, I guess you want to call them, not really up on my pot talk. So the hops, the buds, the this and that and that. You just take it off. Oh my God. I need to go down and collect some more hops over at SJ's house because the sticky and the icky was all over my hands and they smell great. But it was really sticky. It makes sure, like when you're picking them, it makes your hands really sticky. But it's really good times. Right, where the shooting range is. Yeah, I mean, if you always ask permission or you go there right before the shooting range starts, because they have a certain set time. So you talk to the owner, you go out, you harvest them before 9 o'clock or whatever, and then you get the fuck out of there. Fuggles, that's you know, hey, Fuggles all day, baby. It's one of the greatest hops in the world, as far as I'm concerned. I like eating dirt, baby. Copper coins and dirt all day long. It's the pinnacle of a balanced diet. Mm. But as I said before, she is here. There was an old property on the edge of the forest, 10 minutes from where I was. Local brewery has reclaimed old school hops, and now they've got it pumping. They've got it pumping, baby. So that's good. Yeah, anything you can get off your local area and use to your best interests is always a good thing. Harvest, harvest, harvest. We've been doing that with mushrooms, going around getting wine berries, mushrooms, wild grapes, the whole deal. Just kind of walking around. It's healthy. You're out, you're about, you're exercising, you're bending, you're stretching, all that kind of stuff. And then you get to reap the fruits of your labors by drinking great brew that you made yourself or great meals that you made yourself, some shit you've harvested yourself. Anyway, I'll get off my harvest soapbox for a second. The Great American 25th year beer maybe it should remain. Maybe I should put the whole case in a historical society instead of trying to drink it. Let's just say that you can. I'm not sure if you want to drink it, and if you do, I don't think you want to drink a lot of it. You might, get some chaos going on in the pants. And then as far as the Rosy Nosy goes, it is definitely a little older. Yes. It is definitely oxidized. Yes. But the flavors are fucking great. It's such a and honestly that yeast cake is so compact that you just pour it the fuck out and drink the whole damn bottle and you're gonna have a good time. So if you see a case of Bateman's Rosy Nosy anywhere, pick it up. You're definitely gonna be happy about it. That's a great beer. Do you see any beers over there using spruce tips? Yes. Pennsylvania Tuxedo is a great beer using spruce tips from Dogfish Head. They usually make it once a year. I'm not sure when the last time they made it, but Pennsylvania Tuxedo was fucking awesome. And I'm definitely gonna probably do my own little brews here with spruce tips as well. So things gone. It is definitely awesome. There's a little cat attack, fight action. So that was fun. Anyway, on that high pitched note, I'm going to say goodbye for all. And thank you for joining me on this definitely interesting live stream. And hopefully my camera wasn't too shitty. So as far as I know, I can see that this was the only beer that GBF let Boulder brew. And that is why you get one shot and that's it. This has been PABrewNews. Cheers. Watch that finger. Here it comes. Woo!